Hello everyone, today we're going to make a side-scrolling platformer on Gamemaker 8.1. So before we get started, make sure you have Gamemaker 8.1 installed on your computer. And also on the link below, please click on that link so you can download all of these sprites and images that we're going to be using in this game. So when you have Gamemaker 8.1 installed and you have this file downloaded, we can get started. So first things first, we're going to create our main player. So we're going to click on this blue object ball. We're going to be using this a lot because this is what makes our objects. Okay, so click on that. We're going to name our main character Hero. And we also need to make a sprite for him, or an image. Okay, so we're going to click on this guy that looks like a Pac-Man. And we're going to click on Load Sprite. And we're going to pick a sprite for our character. I'm going to pick somebody simple. This army guy right here. Okay, make sure you uncheck precise collision checking. This will make it easier on the game when it detects collisions. Okay, they might get a little stuck, so make sure this is unchecked. Okay, we're gonna click center. We're gonna center every single one of our sprites except for block sprites, and we'll get to that in a second. Okay, so we're gonna center that, and now we have to make this sprite face to the right when we press right. So let's go ahead and make a sprite facing the other way. First, let's name this Hero underscore L since he's facing to the left. And now we're going to right click him, duplicate, and here we're going to edit the sprite. Click on edit, click on transform, mirror/flip, and it will flip this image. Press OK and press the check mark. And now we're going to name this Hero underscore R since he's facing the right. Now let's go into our hero object. Let's double click this, and it's going to take us to this page, and this is where we put all of the code in. Okay, and I'll show you how to do that. But first we have to attach this sprite to the hero. So let's press this button, and we're going to select the Hero underscore R. Okay, and now we're going to program him to move. Here we're going to click add event. So basically, in the add event, whenever anything happens, like for example, you collide with something, or when you press something, this is what's going to happen under the actions. Okay, so we want to add event for whenever we press right, we want them to move to the right. So you're going to click on add event, keyboard, right, and now you're going to drag from the, from the control tab, you're going to click on check empty. So basically this is saying check if in front of the character if it's empty. If it's empty, you can move. Okay, so for X you're gonna press 3, and you're gonna leave you're gonna check on relative, and you're gonna leave everything else alone. Okay, keep that at 0, keep it only solid, make sure you check relative. Okay, then we're gonna go to the move tab, and you're gonna drag out jump to position. Drag this out. This time you're gonna press 3, you're going to click on relative, and you're going to press OK. And now we have to make sure that the sprite transforms so he's facing to the right. So let's go to main 1. You're going to drag out again the Pac-Man. And here you're going to, again, we're dealing with right, so you're going to click here and you're going to click on Hero R. Okay, we'll press OK. And now we need to do the same thing for the left, right? So let's hit add event, keyboard, left, and we're going to do the same thing. We'll go to control, check empty, but this time we're going to press -3. Okay, click on relative, leave everything else alone. Okay, press OK, click on move, jump to position, same thing, -3, click on relative, press OK. And finally, we're going to change the sprite. So again, the Pac-Man. And we're going to pick, since we're dealing with L, we're going to pick Hero L. So we've just programmed him to move, and we programmed the sprite to change in the appropriate direction. Now let's make him jump. Let's add gravity to the game. Before we make the hero jump, let's make a block sprite first. Let's go to create new object. We're going to name this wall. And we're going to make a new sprite for it. But before you do that, click on solid. Make sure that's clicked. Okay. We're going to click on new. We'll go to load sprite, or actually let's change this to wall. we will go to load sprite. We'll go to blocks and walls, and we'll pick any old block, doesn't matter. You will not center the block sprite. These are the only sprites that will not be centered. You're going to see why in a second. So now we have our block sprite. Let's go back into our hero object. So double click on the hero, and we're going to make him jump now. So you're going to click on add event, keyboard, and you're going to press up. Okay, now go to the move tab, and you're going to drag out check collision, which should be right here. Oh wait, no, it's not in the move tab. I'm sorry. Is it in the move tab? Control tab, I'm sorry. Check collision right here. Okay, we'll drag out check collision, 0 for X, 1 for Y, check on relative, and press OK. Now we're going to do set vertical speed. I believe that is on the move tab. Yep. Speed vertical, drag that out. And you're going to enter -12 for this. And you're not going to check relative. Do not check relative. Okay. Now, go back here, add event, step, and press step again. And then next, we're going to go to the control tab and drag out check empty. This time, 0 is for X, 1 is for Y, and you're going to click on relative. Okay. Leave everything else as it is. Let's see, only solid. Yep. Press OK. Now we're going to do set gravity, which is this button right here on the move tab. Set gravity. You're going to put, for the direction, you're going to put 270 because 270 degrees is down. And for gravity, you're going to type in 0.4 and press OK. Do not check relative. Okay. Next, we're going to drag out else from the control tab. And then we're going to set gravity again. Okay, set gravity. Again, the direction will be 270, but this time the gravity is going to be 0. Okay? And again, do not press relative. Now we're going to make the event when our player collides with the wall. So we'll hit add event, collision, and wall. So again, make sure you're under your hero object. We're programming everything for the hero, not for the wall. Okay, so under the hero object, we're going to hit add event, collision. We're going to click on wall. And next we're going to go to move to contact. So I believe that is here. Move to contact. Type in direction. Okay, try not to misspell it. And leave the rest as it is. You're going to click OK. And then we're going to click on drag out vertical speed. Set vertical speed. And here we're just going to leave it as 0. And we're going to press OK. Now we're going to make our room so we can test all this. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to click on create a room. And we can name this room, let's write it level 1. Level 1. Okay. And now on the settings, I'm sorry, hold on, wait 1 second. Background, views. Okay, this is important. Click on, make sure you check this, enable the use of views. Okay, make sure that's clicked as well. And I need you to enter these numbers exactly. 800, 600, same thing over here. 800, 600. And we're going to be following the hero. So make sure you select the hero. And over here, you're going to write 400 and write 300. Next, you're going to go to settings. Click on settings. And we're going to make it 3000. Again, you can make it any number that you want, but for this example, we're going to be using these numbers. 3000 and 1000. Now we're going to start adding objects to our room. So you're going to notice there's a little map here, and if you click and drag it, it'll take you to that part of your level. Okay, so let's stay in the beginning over here, and let's add blocks for the bottom and the side. Again, this is just to test. This is just for an example. So let's go back to objects, and notice that we have the wall selected. We're going to start putting the wall in. Okay, now if you left click, you can add it, but if you hold shift, you can kind of paint over it. Okay, and let's say you make a mistake. Let's say you put a whole bunch of blocks where you didn't want them. You're gonna hold shift and right click, and again you can do the painting over it, which will delete it. Okay, so let's just make a couple block sprites here. Okay, and remember, this is your map, so it'll take you anywhere you want to go. We're just testing here, so we're not going to do too much work here. So let's go back to objects, and we're going to add in our hero. So here, you're going to click on this button, click on hero, and you're going to add them right here. So notice this is why we center these sprites. They're going to end up right in the center of these two lines. And block sprites, they're going to fit right inside the square. So that's why we don't center these. Okay, so also, one thing I forgot to say, on the Views tab, make sure you click on this right here, Visible when room starts. If you don't click this, then it's not even going to show up. Okay, so now let's test it. You're going to click on this green button, and we're going to run the game, and we're going to see if everything works. If he moves left and right, if he jumps up and down, if he's affected by gravity. Okay, here we go. Excellent, very good. So notice that the hero, every time I press right, he moves to the right. If I go to the left, he goes left, and he faces left. And when I press up, he jumps, and again, he's affected by gravity. Okay? So far so good. Let's move on to the next object. Okay, now we're going to make our main character shoot. So first, let's go ahead and make a bullet sprite for that. Okay? So first, we are going to create a new object, again with this ball. Press the blue ball. We're going to name it, let's say, H shot. That stands for hero shot. We're going to click new, load sprite. Well, again, let's change the sprite name to H shot. We'll press load sprite. And let's look for bullets and explosions. Bullets and explosions. Here we go. Right here. And you can pick any bullet. Again, this is just for an example, so I'll pick something like, I don't know, maybe, oh, that looks cool. We'll try that. Okay? Make sure you center your sprite. Okay, so now we have the bullet that's going to be coming out of the out of your hero. Okay, so you're going to press OK, and now we have our sprite. Now we have to program that hero to shoot this shot. Right? So again, right now we're on the shot object. We do not want to program anything yet, not just yet. We have to program the hero to shoot. So double click on the hero, and it should take you back to all the code that we put in. And now we're going to make him shoot. So now we're going to click add event, keyboard, and we're going to use the space button to shoot. You can use any button that you'd like, but just for now, let's stick to the space button. So click on space. So every time I click on space, every time I press space, I want to be able to shoot. Okay, now let's go to the control tab, and you're gonna drag out set check variable action or test variable. Okay, test variable. The variable, we're gonna call it ammo. Okay, we're gonna put ammo. We're gonna set the value to 1, and we're gonna leave this at equal to. Okay, press OK. Now we're gonna start a block with this triangle that faces up here. Start a block. Next, we're going to go create the instance of that shot. So let's go ahead and go to the main one tab. Click on, drag create instance. Okay. Set the object to H shot, which is what we're shooting. Okay. H shot. Set X to 0, Y to 0. That's all okay. You're going to click on check relative, and then you're going to press OK. Now we're going to go back to set variable. Click on control. This time we're going to use the square. Set variable. Okay, click drag set variable, and then the variable is ammo. Okay, the value is 0, leave it at 0, and do not check relative, press OK. And now we're going to go to main 2, and we're going to drag out set alarm. Okay, so this is right here, set alarm. So for the number of steps, we'll put 15, and we'll leave it at alarm 0. We'll press OK, and we're going to end this block. So go back to control, and then you're going to drag end block. Okay, now again, we're going to click add event under the same hero object, add event, create. Okay, make sure you click on add event and create. Now go to the control tab and drag out set variable, and again the variable is ammo, and we're going to set the value to 1. Okay, we'll press OK. Now go to your H-shot object. Now we can go into this object, double click it, and this should be completely blank. Okay, now press add event, and again we're going to press create. Now from the control tab, we're going to drag out test expression, which should be right here, test expression, and this is what we are going to type. Now make sure you type this exactly as you see it. Okay, we're going to type in hero dot sprite underscore index equals hero underscore r. Okay, so remember we named our hero, so there he is right here, and we named the sprite facing to the right hero R, so that's hero R. Okay, make sure this is typed in exactly. Okay, but you're gonna press OK, and now from the move tab, you're gonna drag out move fixed and drag that out. Now remember, this is the expression that we're testing to the right, so we want it to shoot to the right, and we'll make this speed 10. Okay, do not check relative, press OK. Then go to the control tab, click on else, and you're going to do the same thing, but this time it's for the left. So again, move fixed, select left, speed of 10, do not check relative, and press OK. Now let's see if it works. Let's go to run the game. Okay, we're moving. Excellent, very good. So let's see, he shoots to the left. Oh, but he's only shooting 1. We gotta fix that. How do we fix that? Let's do that right now. So there's one thing that we forgot to do. We forgot to reset the alarm. So let's go to add event. We'll go to alarm 0, and that's the alarm that shoots, right? So alarm 0. In the control tab, you're gonna drag out set variable, and we're gonna set the ammo back to 1, so we have more ammo. Okay, press OK, and now that should work. Let's press play. Good. Okay, awesome. Okay, so now he's shooting. Okay, now we're gonna make some enemies, and we're also gonna do a few more things. So let's get started. Let's click on a new object. We're gonna name this enemy, and we're gonna give it a new sprite. Again, we're gonna name this enemy load sprite, and we'll pick the blue army guy. He'll be the enemy. You want to center your sprite, and you're gonna press OK. Now we're gonna make a new object. This one we're gonna call INV wall, invisible wall, and we're gonna see what we're gonna do with that. Make sure visible is unchecked and solid is also unchecked, and we're gonna give it the wall sprite. Okay, or actually, just so it's not confusing, let's give it a new sprite, just so we're dealing with different pictures here. So again, we'll name it invisible wall, INV wall, load sprite. We'll go to blocks and walls. Yep. and we'll use this one. Okay, again, we're not going to center this. I'll show you exactly what we're going to do with this invisible wall. Okay, now let's program the enemy. Okay, so double click on enemy. Okay, well, also the one thing we forgot to do, let's make the bullet for the enemy. Okay, so let's go to new object. We'll go E shot instead of H shot. We'll do E shot. Okay, we'll pick an appropriate sprite. Again, we'll name this E shot. We'll go to load sprite. Let's go back to bullets and explosions. Should be here. And we'll give him this. Okay, we want to center that sprite. And we'll press OK. So now we have an invisible wall, we have our enemy, and we have the shot that he's going to shoot. So now we can program the enemy. So open up your enemy object, double click on enemy. Make sure you are working on the enemy object and not any other object. Okay, open up the enemy object, add event, and click on create. Now from the moved fixed here, you're going to drag this out. You're going to click on the left and right arrow. You're going to make the speed 6 and do not check relative. You're going to press OK. And now let's go to the control tab. You're going to drag out set variable, and the variable is going to be HP for his life, hit points. Make the value 5. Again, do not check relative, and press OK. Now press the main 2 tab, and you're going to drag out set alarm, and the number of steps put 20, and we're going to leave it just as it is. Press OK. Now we're going to hit add event, alarm 0, and now click on the main 1 tab and drag out create instance. Okay, create instance. Set the object to enemy shot, to E shot. Okay, everything is 0. Click on relative. That's important. Make sure you click on relative. Okay, now go to the main 2 tab and drag out set alarm. And again, number of steps, we're going to put 20. And we're going to leave everything as it is. We're going to press OK. And now, add event, step, and then we're going to press step again. Okay, so once you hit add event, step, and then step, you're going to go back to the hero object. Double click on the hero object. You're going to click on his step event, and you're going to copy this. So what I like to do, I click on this on the top, hold shift, and I press down until everything is selected. Right? You're going to press right click, you're going to copy this. Okay? Go back into the enemy object, and you're going to paste this right here in his step event. Again, make sure it's under the step event. So right click and press paste. Okay? But we're not done from there. There's a couple more codes that we have to do. Now you're going to click on add event, collision with the wall. Okay, add event, collision, wall. And again, you're going to copy the collision from the hero, from your character. So double click on hero, find this wall, and again, you're going to copy all of this, right click copy, go back into the enemy, and under the event collision with the wall, you're going to paste this right here. Okay? Okay, now from the control tab, click on the control tab. You're going to drag out 2 check collision. Okay, so let's see. Check collision. You're going to drag out 2 of them. Okay. Check a 2. Okay, so in this one, for X, you're going to put 1. Or we'll put -1 first. We'll -1. check relative. Make sure you check relative. Okay, so that's -1. And then same thing with this one, you're going to put 1. And again, check relative. Okay, next you're going to drag out reverse, let's see, reverse horizontal direction. Okay, that should be on the move. Yes, here we go. You're going to drag out 2 of these reverse horizontal collision, reverse and reverse. And you're going to take this one and drag it right here. So it should look just like this. Okay, if there's a collision at -1, you're going to reverse. If there's a collision at 1, you're going to reverse. Okay, so make sure it's in this exact order. Okay. Now we're also going to set him to bounce against the wall. So let's see. Let's go. Oh, now we're gonna use the invisible wall. So let me show you what we're doing with here. We're gonna go add event, collision, but this time it's invisible wall. Okay. And once that's done, you're gonna drag out bounce, which is right here, and you're gonna set it to all objects. Okay. Make sure it's set to all objects. Okay, now let's keep going. We're going to go to add event, collision, and H shot. So what happens when the enemy gets hit with your shot? Okay, so we'll click on that. So from the main 1 tab, drag out destroy instance. Okay, keep it to self. So basically when the shot hits the enemy, it's going to disappear. It's not going to go through him. Okay, we also have to do that for the wall. Okay, so we'll put on destroy instance. Okay, here we can set this to other. Okay, make sure you set that to other. Then from the control tab, you're going to drag out set variable, the HP, and the value is -1. So every time he gets hit with that shot, it goes down 1. And this time here, you got to click relative. Okay, -1. You click on relative. And then next, we're going to drag out test variable. Okay, variable again is going to be HP. Value is going to be 1. Operation is going to be smaller than. So if he has less than 1 HP, what are we going to do? We're going to destroy him. So we'll go back to main 1. We'll go to destroy instance, and we'll leave it at self. Okay? Now, let's go to the enemy shot object now, which is right here. We have to program what happens when the enemy shots make contact. Okay? Well, first of all, let's have it destroy itself when it hits the wall, right? So add event, collision, wall, and every time this bullet hits the wall, we want it to destroy itself. So we'll drag out destroy instance and self. Okay, so they won't be going through the walls. They will destroy themselves once they hit. Okay, now add event, create. Okay, hit add event, create, and now from the main 2 tab, drag out set alarm. We're going to put 60, and we're going to press OK. Then we're going to go to the move towards. Let's go to move, click on move towards. Okay, and here, since we named our hero hero, or our main character hero, we'll type hero.x. We'll type hero.y. We'll put the speed of 10 and do not check relative. Okay, press OK. And then add event, alarm, alarm 0. And then drag out destroy instance. Oops, where'd it go? And set it to self and press OK. Now, watch what we're going to do. Let's go back into our room. Let's put in our enemies and let's put in our hero. So here's our hero. Alright. Let's put the enemy. Let's go to objects. We'll put the enemy. Here's enemy. We'll put the enemy right, let's say right here. Okay. And then let's put that invisible wall. Now, when you put this wall in here, you'll see it. You'll see it over here. But it's invisible. You won't be able to see this. So basically, this enemy, he's gonna be bouncing left and right over here. So let's check that out. Okay. So notice the bullets is gonna try to hit the enemy, right? And notice that he's moving in that fixed pattern. And notice that you can't see the invisible wall. Okay. Now we set his HP to 5, so he should die. Or he should be destroyed in 5 shots. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And there he goes. Okay. Okay, so let's add hero health. Okay, now let's go into our hero object. Double click on your hero. Make sure you're right under here. Okay. We're going to click add event. Other. Game start. Okay. We're going to drag out set health. Right here, we're going to drag out set health, and we're going to set it to 100, and we're going to set the lives to, let's say, 3. We're going to put his low numbers because we want to test to see if we actually lose health and lose lives. Okay. Okay, so we're going to get add event, other, no more health. No more health. So what happens when we have no more health? Okay. You're going to drag out set lives, which is right here. Set lives. You're going to put -1, and you're going to click on relative. Make sure you click on relative. That's very important. Okay. And then we're going to set his health back up to 100. So set health. We're going to set it to 100, and we'll press OK. Okay. Now, what happens when we have no more lives? So we'll go to add event, other, no more lives. Okay, add event, no more lives. You're going to drag out display message in the main 2 tab. Right here, display message, and we're going to type something like you lose or something like that. Okay, now we're going to drag out check question from the control tab. Check question. Drag that out, and then type something like play again, and we'll press OK. Play again, and then we're going to drag out restart game, which should be right here, restart game. Okay, so if you click on yes, it'll restart the game, and then we're going to click on else. If you click on no, we'll drag out end the game. Okay, so it should be under the control. Wait, no, main 2. I'm sorry, end game, and it should be just like that. Okay, now let's make the collision event that when the enemy's bullets hits the hero. So let's go ahead and do that. So let's go to our back into our hero object. Same thing. Now we're gonna add collision with the enemy's bullet. So add event, collision, and e-shot. So what happens when the bullet hits us? Okay, we're gonna you're gonna drag out set health. We're gonna type in -10, and you're gonna click on relative. Okay, and then you're gonna drag out destroy instance from the main 1 tab. Okay, and apply it to other. Okay, press OK. Now let's see what happens. Okay, so let's see what happens here. So we should get shot a few times. So remember, every time the bullet hits us, it takes -10, and we have 100 health. Okay, and later we're going to be drawing the health on the hero so you can actually see how much health he has. Okay, so notice, so I lost all my lives, but notice we didn't get to see that, but we're going to go ahead and draw that in a second, okay? So right now our code works, okay? We have 3 lives. Every time the bullets hit us, we get minus 10 damage, okay? And we could also set these differently. We could make these enemies with more HP. We could kind of like make them bosses. We could make their bullets hurt us a little more than theirs. So we'll do that in a second, but right now we're just making sure that everything works. So right now, let's see, here's our message: you lose. And again, if I hit yes, it should restart it. If I hit no, it should end the game. So if I press yes, again, it'll restart the game. Okay, so far so good. Now what we're gonna do, we're actually gonna draw the hero health. Well, actually, before we do that, let's start making different levels, okay? So we're going to make it that you have to destroy all of the enemies in order for you to have access to the portal that brings you to the next level. So let's go ahead and do that. So create a new object. You're going to click on the object ball. We're going to name this portal. And we're going to pick an appropriate sprite. So let's click on new. We're going to click load sprite. Well, let's change this to portal. Load sprite. And where are the cool portals? I think it's... not too sure. Item and scenery. Ah, this one. Yeah, this one's pretty cool. Okay. Again, we're going to center your sprite. And press OK. So that's going to be the portal. And if we go through it, we'll be able to go to the next level. So now let's go ahead and program it. Okay. Now we're going to hit add event, collision, and hero. So when the hero touches the portal, this is what's going to happen. Okay, we're going to go to the main one tab, and we're going to go to check next to see if there's another room. Okay, check next. You can put a transition effect, but I'm just going to leave it at no effect right now. You can play around with this if you'd like, but I'm going to leave it as no effect. Okay, go to the next room. Then drag out else from the control tab. So if there isn't another room, you're going to do something else. Okay, so after you put else, we're going to start a block. So back in the control tab, you're going to click on start block. Okay, click on the main 2 tab. You're going to drag out display message, and you're going to type something like you win. Okay, so that's when you get to the end of the game. Okay, you're going to go to the score tab. We're going to show high score. You can leave it just like that and press OK. And then main 2, we're going to end the game because the game's over. You beat the game. And then we're going to end that block. Okay? Now, let's go back to the portal wall. Okay, a new object. Here's the portal wall. Okay, so we have that here. Okay, create a new object, call it... forgot that. So we're going to create a new object. New object. We're going to name this one Portal Wall. Okay, we're going to... Portal Wall. Okay, and we're going to make this solid. Okay, Portal Wall. We're going to make it solid. Let's pick an appropriate sprite. Let's click on New. Load sprite. We'll go to blocks and walls. We'll put a different one. I guess this one right here. Remember, we don't center block sprites. Okay, so we have our portal wall block here. Okay. Now make sure here where it says parent, click on wall. Okay, it'll share the same properties. So make sure this is, you click on wall here. Okay, the game will treat it like a regular wall. Okay, now you're going to press add event, step. Now from the control tab, you're going to drag out test instance count. Okay, test instance count. We're going to set it to enemy. We're going to put 1 and we're going to put less than. So what happens when there are no enemies left? Okay, we're going to press OK. Okay, we're gonna go back to the main one tab. We're gonna go drag destroy instance, and we're gonna destroy itself. Now, let me show you how this works. We're gonna go back into our room. Okay, let's say here is, we'll put the portal wall here. Okay, usually this will be, I'm sorry, the portal. We'll put the portal, it's usually in the end of the level. So let's make it nice here. Okay, but you don't want this hero to be able to access this wall unless he's defeated all the enemies. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go back to objects, click on portal wall. Okay, and we're gonna surround it with this block here. Here, actually, I don't even think he can jump over that. So let's fix that. Let's delete all that. We're gonna delete the hero. We're gonna put the hero over here. Okay. And then we're gonna put the portal. Again, this is usually in the end of the level, but we're just testing this out here. So let's put it over here, and let's surround it with the portal wall. Okay. So I will not be able to access that unless I've defeated all the enemies. Okay, so let's see if that works. Now remember, I did not create another room, so it'll take me to the end of the game if I press this. Because notice, I didn't make any levels here. So let's see if that works first of all. So again, when I defeat this enemy, so there's our portal, and notice I can't get to it, right? Now, this portal should open if I defeat this enemy. So remember, he has 5 HP, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and notice that the wall disappeared. And when I make contact, since I don't have another level, it's going to bring me to the end of the game. Okay, so again, notice that it's giving me an error here because there's no room here. Okay, so let's abort. So there's one thing that I forgot to do here, because we got an error message once we touched that portal, and what it should have done, it should have took us to this block here. What I forgot to do is check next. Instead I put go to the next room. So let's go ahead and add that in. Okay, next room, check next. Okay, I noticed I forgot to put that there. Okay, so we have to make sure that check next is on the very top. Okay, so let's see if it works now. It shouldn't give us an error message now. What it should do is when we touch the portal, it should take us to the end of the game. It'll display the message, it'll show the high score table, and it should end the game. So let's see if that works. Okay, 5 shots, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, and now it should take us to the high score table. You win. Good, excellent, very good. Okay, and I'll show you how to make coins and stuff like that in a second. Okay, so now that we fixed that, make sure it looks just like this. Okay, now let's continue. Let's make the hero health. Let's make a health bar. Okay, so create a new object. Just put new object, and it does not need a sprite. Let's call it control. This does not need a sprite. We actually don't want a sprite for this. Okay, and now click add event. Add event, and then we're going to click on draw right here. Okay, add event, draw. Okay, and now from the score tab right here, you're going to drag out draw health. Okay, draw health, and you're going to type this exactly as you see it. Hero dot x minus 40, hero dot y minus 50, or hero dot x plus 40, and hero dot y minus 40. Okay, let me double check, make sure that's correct. XY, XY, 40, 50, 40, 40. Okay, that should be good. Okay, so once you are done with that, press OK. And now you need to add this into the room. And you only need to add it to the first room. So let's go to our room. Okay, there's our hero. And let's add that object. Again, hit Control. It does not have a sprite. You're going to click it. You're going to add it right here. Let's see if that works. Hit play. Okay, and there you go. There's the hero health. Okay, and every time he gets hit, notice he gets -10. Okay, so great. Now we can see the health. Okay. Now let's do a couple extra things. Let's create a background. Let's make this game a little nicer, right? So let's go to right here, create a background. We're gonna click on load background. And let's pick, let's see, any cool backgrounds here? Not a lot of cool backgrounds. Let's see. Let's look at, hold on, it should be under desktop, Gamemaker resources. Let's go to backgrounds, I should have cool here we go, backgrounds, and here's some cool backgrounds. Let's just do something for example. Let's say, looks kind of cool. Okay. We'll press OK. And now we want to add the background to this level. So we go to backgrounds. And then we go ahead and pick that background. Now notice that it's tiled here. Okay, so we don't really want that. We want it stretched. Okay, it doesn't look very nice here, but you can experiment with different backgrounds. But again, if you want them tiled, okay, notice that they're very small here. They're very tiled. Doesn't look very nice here. Instead, we want it stretched. Okay, so we can try that. You can also add different backgrounds, but that's how you add backgrounds. And you could add different backgrounds to different levels. Okay. Now, we only have one enemy here, so let's make some stronger enemies here. Let's make like some flying dude flying up here, right? So let's do that. So all we have to do, we already have everything that we need. Let's go to our enemy object. We already have all the code that's needed to make the enemy move, to move around, to shoot. But there's a couple things that we can change. Okay, so let's duplicate this enemy right here. We'll press duplicate, and we'll name him enemy 2, and we're gonna change his sprite. So let's make him like a flying type. We'll click on load sprite. And let's go to, I think, platform characters. And let's look for someone that flies. Alright, we'll put a helicopter. Okay, so we'll put this helicopter here. We'll center it. And we'll press OK. Now, what we do, all we have to do is go to the level. And let's say we'll put the helicopter up here. We'll go to objects. Enemy 2, and we'll put him up here, and then we want him to bounce between those two invisible walls. So let's put that in invisible wall. We'll put it here just to test it, to make sure he bounces. Okay, and we could also change the sprite of his shot as well. So let's do that. All right, let's go to enemy 2. I'm sorry, enemy 2, create each shot. Oh, okay, we have to duplicate the shot as well. So we'll do E shot, we'll duplicate it. We'll do E shot, we'll call this E shot 2. And we want to make a new sprite for it. So we'll click on new, load, bullets and explosions, and let's see, we'll make him shoot, let's make him shoot this dot. Center the sprite and press OK. Now we have to program that enemy to make that shot. So let's go to enemy 2, And here on the create instance, on alarm 0, double click on create instance, and you're just going to change it right here. We're going to change it to eShot 2. And that's all you need to do. Press OK. Let's go back to our room to make sure he's in there. Okay, so they should both be shooting 2 different types of bullets. Let's see if that works. Okay. Oh, that's a little weird, huh? Oh, looks like we're gonna have to change that. Oh, because he's affected by gravity. This helicopter's affected by gravity, so let's delete that. Let's go to enemy 2, we'll go to step. Let's delete this. Let's delete this gravity event. Okay? We don't want the helicopter to have gravity. To be affected by gravity, rather. And there you go. Okay, notice that the helicopter is flying up there. Now, you can make him go in different directions. You can make him go up and down, left and right. You can make him go diagonally. Let's see how to change that. Let's go back. And let's go to that enemy, okay? And let's go to his create, okay? This is where you control in what direction that he moves, okay? You can select up and down, you can select diagonally, okay? But make sure you have those invisible walls here that controls his direction. Okay, so again, if you had him going up and down, then you would put these 2 invisible walls here. Let's delete this. You would have 2 invisible walls that go up and down, and then you would just go back into his create, into his alarm, create, and then just change that position. So again, instead of left and right, let's have him go up and down, and we can make him go faster. Let's press 10. Okay, let's go double check our level, see if it's good. He should be moving much faster up and down now. So let's see what happens. And there you go. Notice he's moving a lot faster. Okay, and also you can make their bullets do more damage. Okay, so let's say I want the helicopter's bullet to do more damage. Let's say I want it to do 50 instead of 10. Okay, let's go back to the enemy object. Okay, let's see, create instance. Oh, okay, you're gonna have to go to his bullet actually, because it's the bullet that's gonna be making contact with you. So let's go into his bullet, okay? And then collision. Let's see. Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. Okay, so here, we have to go into the hero object and make the collision with that shot, with this shot here. Okay, so that's one thing that we did not do. Okay, so what we can do, we can copy and paste this. So let's go ahead and do that. Copy this. Now we have to add an event that when the bullet collides with us, the helicopter bullet. Alright, we'll paste it here, but this time here is where you're going to set the damage. Okay, let's put that -50 and see how far, let's see if that works. Okay, so let's go back into the game, and now the helicopter's bullet should do a lot more damage. Okay, let's see. Yep, you see that big damage that it did? Excellent, cool, very, very cool. Alright, let's see. Now notice our bullets are still colliding and they're going through, and that does not look cool, right? So let's fix that. No, let's fix that. So we're gonna have to go to our shot, and we're gonna have to make a collision event of when it hits the wall. Notice we don't have that. Okay, so H shot, add event, collision, wall, and we're going to have it destroy itself. Destroy self. Okay, we're also going to make it destroy itself when it hits the portal wall as well. Okay, we'll go here, press OK. Let's test it out. Okay, and notice the bullet does not go through. Okay, and that cleaned up the game a little bit. Okay. Oh, and there we go. Oh man, that helicopter. How am I gonna get past him? So anyway, so now what you can do, you can start duplicating. Again, you have all the tools that you need here. Okay, you have all of the code inside the enemy. What we can do, we can just keep duplicating them, and we can attach different sprites to them. Okay, now here, let's say, now notice that both of these enemies here, they both have an HP of 5. Okay, let's say I want to make a boss. I want to make one a lot stronger than these two guys. So let's go to duplicate. Duplicate. We'll call him boss. We want a new sprite for this guy. Load sprite. And let's go, let's find any, it doesn't matter who. We'll make this guy. Yeah, we'll make this guy the boss. Okay, we'll hit center. We'll press OK. So now again, we have his code. Okay, so where is he? Boss. Boss is right here. Okay. Now what we want to do, we want to change. Notice that right now he's shooting E shot. Okay. You can use that, or you can program another one. You can make it a different sprite. Okay, again, you need to duplicate. So let's do that. Let's do that. Let's duplicate eShot, and let's call this boss shot, and we want to make a new sprite for this one. Load sprite. We'll go to bullets. Nope. Bullets. Explosions, and again, it doesn't matter. Make sure you center the sprite and press OK. You have to make sure that he shoots that shot. So let's go into the boss. Let's go to create instance right here, double click, and make sure you select the boss shot. Where is it? Boss shot. Okay, you press OK. Now this time you want to make this again, you want to make the boss with higher HP. So click on create, set variable, and this time you can put anything that you want. You could put 50, or you could put 100. Okay, that'll be the boss's HP. And also you have to select his bullet shot when it hits the enemy. When it hits us. Let's say we wanted to do 70 damage. We'll do add event, collision, boss shot. Okay, well actually first let's copy this. Okay, this is all the code is in, so let's just make our lives easier. We're gonna copy this. Copy. Okay, now add event, collision, boss shot. We're gonna paste that, and we're gonna set this. Let's put minus 70, which is huge. Okay, last we need to put the boss in the level. Okay, so right now let's put the boss in this level. Let's make sure, we have to find out what direction he's moving in. Okay, he's moving left and right. Okay, so let's go back to the room. Let's put the boss, let's click on boss. Boss is right here. And again, he's moving left and right. Oh, it doesn't look too nice. We didn't pick a good sprite, but that's okay. This is just for testing. And again, he's moving left and right. So let's put this invisible wall here, and let's test it out. And remember, this boss has 50 HP, I believe, so it's going to take a lot of damage to destroy him. Oh, again, we forgot to take gravity off of him. Okay, so make sure we take gravity off. You see how fast I got destroyed there? So again, let's delete the gravity off of the boss if we do not want gravity, if we don't want him affected by gravity. So we need to go into the boss, step, and we can completely delete this right here. We could delete this because this is what's setting the gravity. Okay, delete. And let's go back into the room and test it. And he should be unaffected by gravity. Okay, and there you go. Okay. Whoa, I made a pretty hard game here. So, so what you should do now. Well, actually, there's one more thing that we're going to do. We're gonna make a point system, like coins, for example. Okay, so let's do that. Let's create a new object. Let's call it coin. We'll click on new sprite, load sprite, and we'll pick an appropriate sprite. Where are the coins? I'm not too sure. No, those are loaders. Bonus objects. I think it's bonus objects. Yes, coin. Okay, so here's the coin. Press OK. We're going to center that sprite. Okay. Press OK. Now, we're going to make a collision object, a collision event that every time the hero touches the coin, number one, it'll disappear, and number two, it'll register as 5 or 10 points or whatever. Okay, so let's do that. Let's go to hero, double click our hero, add event, collision, and coin. Okay, now you're gonna go to score, and you're gonna go to set score, and you're going to, let's say, we'll say 10 points. Okay, press OK, and then we're going to destroy it. Press destroy and press other. Okay, so now let's test this out. Let's go to the room. Let's delete these guys. I don't want these guys here messing me up. Okay, let's add a few coins here. Put coins. Okay, and then let's press play. Okay, excellent. So notice I hit the score. I hit the coins, and the score, it says on top number 10, and it's not adding up because that's one thing that we didn't do. We didn't check relative. Okay, so let's go back. Let's go to hero. Let's go to that collision event, and this time we're going to check relative. Okay, we'll press OK, and now the coins should start adding up. Okay, and let's see if it works. 10, 20, good, excellent. So now you see the score is starting to add up. Okay, let's do one last thing. Let's add sound to this game. So you're going to click on this sound button right here. Let's name it, and we'll keep it as sound 1. Click on load sound, and make sure you go under the Gamemaker. Oh, I'm sorry, under the Gamemaker resources. You should go to sounds. Let's see. I actually don't know what they sound like. Let's see. Let's try Rock On. That sounds cool. Let's see. What does it sound like? Okay. It's not really an appropriate sound for our game, but that's okay. Let's just see if it works. Okay. We're gonna go to open up our hero object. Double click on hero. Click on game start. And you are going to go to play sound. Let's see where that is. Move, main 1, here we go. Play sound. And let's pick sound 1. And we'll put loop to true, so it'll keep playing. Let's see if the sound works. Again, it's not an appropriate sound, but it does work. Okay. Let's do one last thing. Whenever the bullet hits the enemy, let's make like a sound for that. So let's find that. Let's go to Is it under hero? No, it is under. Yeah, let's do space. Let's make a shot sound every time you shoot. So let's go to the space, and then we'll first we have to add a sound. Let's add a sound. We'll say shot, load sound, and we'll look for something like or gunshot. Let's try gunshot. How does that sound? Okay, let's try that. Okay. So we'll press OK, and now here we need to play that sound. We'll pick shot, but this time we'll set the loop to false. Okay, and let's see if that works. Okay, cool. So every time I hit the space bar. So, very cool. So actually, you know what we're gonna do? Every time I press spacebar, I kept doing shot, shot, shot. So let's put that under this block here. Let's see if it'll still do it every time it'll shoot. So let's try that. So if you keep it under the block, that would be a lot better. If you keep it on the outside of the block, every time you press space, it'll go ba ba ba, even though you're not shooting. Okay, so. That's sound, and let's see, that's I think that's about it. So that is basically it. This is how you make a side-scrolling platform. What you should do now is you should start creating new levels. Okay, so let's go into level 1. Let's click on new room. Okay, and make sure you copy everything, all of the numbers in here. Okay, so for example, let's go to the width was 3000. Again, you can change this if you would like. So you can experiment with that. You're gonna click on enable the use of views, visible when room starts. Okay, 800, 600, 800, 600. Of course, you're gonna follow the hero, and I believe this was 400 and 300. Let me double check. Let's see that right now. 400 and 300. Yep, 400 and 300. Okay, make sure this is all just like that. And now, of course, you can go ahead and start building your room. Okay, now what you can do is you can duplicate these walls and just change them into different sprites. So again, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna duplicate. I'm gonna name it wall 2, and then I'll pick a different sprite for it. I'll load sprite. I'll go to blocks and walls, and I'll create a new block. So I can make a different looking level. Okay, so we'll press OK, and then let's go ahead and select that block. So I'll help just delete this. No. So let's go to objects, and we're gonna use our second wall. Where is it? It should be under wall 2, or not. Oh, we didn't make the object. Oh, duh. So notice I duplicated the sprite. I did not duplicate the object. Sorry about that. You need to duplicate the object. Okay, duplicate. This one we'll call wall 2, and we'll pick that sprite. Wall 2. Okay, we'll press OK, and now wall 2. Okay, we can start adding in our walls to make a different level. Okay, we can add new backgrounds. So let's put a new background in. Click on background, load background. We'll pick this one, and we'll say OK, and then we'll put that in. Okay, again, we want it stretch. Okay, so again, this is a different level, and basically what you can start doing is you can start duplicating enemies and making different HP. So for example, on the enemy, again, set the variable, this is where you will set his HP. Okay, and remember, you have to also go to the hero object, and you need to determine how much HP will he lose when he gets shot with an individual shot. So with the regular E shot, he gets -10. With the E shot, the other E shot gets -50, and with the boss shot -70, and so on and so forth. Okay. Last thing, what we want to do. Let's say we want to destroy the boss, not so much the enemies, but we want to have access to the portal if the boss is if he's been defeated. Okay, so let's go back to the portal wall. Click back into if number of instances is, but this time you're gonna click the boss. Okay, so this is what's gonna determine who do you need to defeat in order to have access to that portal. So here we can select the boss and then smaller than 1. So basically now you have to defeat the boss in order for the portal to open up. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a great time making these games, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thanks for watching.